So guys, welcome again. Today it's the New Year's Eve today, and it's good to have you here today. As I had promised last time, today we're talking about study in Croatia, how you can come as an international student to study in Croatia, why you should do that, what are the benefits and what not. So I hope this will be informative to you. Hope this will give you a fresh perspective, maybe give you an idea of the overall process, because I will talk about the admissions process. I'll talk about the application process. I'll talk about the visa process and all the requirements that are needed for you to be able to come here to study. Without further ado, I think we can delve into this. Let's dig in, let's talk about this, and if you have any questions, please ask me in the comment section. So first of all, why should you study in Croatia? I'll give you 5 reasons. Now, number one reason is, as I previously said in my previous videos, is Croatia is a Schengen country. It entered the Schengen region from 1st January 2023. That was last year, because today we're on the 1st January 2024. So that's actually one of the reasons why you should consider it a lot, because you're able to travel to other 27 countries visa free. Then number two, the visa ratio or the approval rate is almost 100%. So that's something that you can see it's very important. Then number three, the study gap is no issue. If you have a study gap, for example, if you're coming for your master's and you've worked and whatnot, there's no issue at all. Number four, the study cost is less than is low, from 800 euros a year to around 2,000 a year for the public universities, which are easy for you to get. We also have scholarships, not sponsorship, but we have scholarships that are available to you if you want to apply for them. The number five, definitely you can work as you study, and of course your spouse can work full-time as you work part-time as a student. So those are some of the reasons why you can be able to consider this place. I forgot also to add a number 6, that it's easy for you to get PR after you've been here for 3 years, because the bachelor's degree takes 3 years, then the master degree takes only a year. So you can be able to transition very easily from your study visa to even permanent residency, and later to citizenship. So I'll talk about bachelor's. Approximately for a bachelor's degree, you'll need approximately 6,000 euros for you to be able to pay all the tuition fees. This includes the visa. This 6,000 euros includes visa application fee. It includes the application fee to the various universities. It includes the tuition cost. All that is included in the 6,000 euros. So this is more or less the amount of money you should have or think about having on your account before you think of coming here. So that's basically one of the things, some of the things that I've touched on why you should come here. So we can now delve to the application process. So first of all, you have to identify, there are 2 ways you can be able to apply for your studies here. Number 1, you can use a website that I'll put on the description. Just it's called Study in Croatia, and it gives you all the English taught programs, and use that particular website. So Study in Croatia is a very useful It's a very useful website. Then the second way you can be able to get your desired school is go to the specific websites. So I'll give like 6 universities that are available here. You can still Google on your own to find out the others. We have the University of Zagreb. We have the University of Osijek. We have the University of Rijeka. We have the University of Dubrovnik and the University of Pula. Those are some of the public universities that we have around here. I'll still write this on the description of the video, so make sure you check that out so that you can be able to I might have said the pronunciation wrongly, so that you can be able to go to the specific websites. So the application fee varies from 50 euros to 70 euros, but tentatively that is the application fee that you need for you to apply. Okay, presumably what are the documents that you need when you're applying for this particular what are the documents you need for you to apply to this particular university, whichever university you've chosen to? What are the documents that you'll need? So the documents you'll need, number one, and which is very important, will be your verified and attested educational documents. What do you mean by number one, verified? Let's start with what do you mean by verified. Verified documents are documents that you've taken to your country, the Ministry of Education in your country, and they have verified your documents as accurate. It will take more or less a stamp on them. You can make a photocopy of your documents, then they can be able to certify that this is a true copy of the original and it is a genuine document. Then the other thing is attestation. You can either do attestation in your foreign affairs now in your country. The Foreign Affairs Ministry will be able to attest that this can be a legally binding document. So you need your document to be attested and also verified. 2 important points. Then number 2 is your passport photo. Your passport, not passport photo. Your passport, your ordinary passport, the one that you'll use to travel. That is very important. Then number 3, we have a language proficiency test. What is this? A language proficiency test. This is like a letter that you can ask from either from your former high school or a secondary, if you are from secondary education background. You can ask your former high school or secondary school to just write to you a document that says that you studied in English. So you don't need to do your IELTS, no need to do a Duolingo test, don't need to do any of those tests that maybe show you know how to speak in English. You just need a letter from the school to show that you can be able to understand, and whatever you are taught was taught in English. That is the only thing that you need. Then number 4, you can have a CV that shows just basically what you've done so far and things like that. Just a CV, a normal CV. Make sure, if you can, do a Europass CV. If you have any questions about the Europass CV, please do contact me and I'll be able to explain more. Next thing that is important is your birth certificate. You need also for it to be verified and attested. It's very important for you to send this to the school. Then number 5 is that is also advantageous if you can be able just to send your good conduct with you from all the police clearance certificate that you can get from your from your police department in your respective country. So that is basically during the application process. Just send all of these documents in scanned copies to the school. These are the same documents that you will need. That you will need when you're also doing, or for you to be admitted and things like that. So these are the documents you need. And before I forget, it's good to have your application fee ready. As I said, 50 to 60 euros is okay, depending on the school that you apply. 50 to 60 euros, and then they'll be able to review your documents and get back to you. So the admission normally starts from as early as now, which is January. But I've done my research. Normally, most of the universities, they start from February to around May. So make sure you do your application during that time. So now you have the chance to do that. So next thing that we'll talk about, we talked about application and also of course the admission process. So once now, for example, you've gotten now your offer, that is now the school has sent to you an admission letter to you. So what next? Now what next do you do? So now you go to the company's to the Croatian embassy, whichever Croatian embassy is nearest to you. And we said in Africa there are very few. We have one in South Africa, we have one in Egypt, we have one in Rabat, Morocco, we have one in Algeria. That's just about it. We have like 5 or maximum 6 embassies in the whole African region. So it's you have to go to the specific Croatian embassy that is nearest to you, and now be able to do your online application for a visa. This visa is called a study visa, or type C visa. This is the visa that you will need, and this visa will be awarded to you depending on the number of years that you will be in Croatia. For example, if you're coming for a 3-year bachelor's course, you will be awarded a study visa for 3 years that will be attached on your passport. That's the difference between maybe a long-term visa for workers, maybe a visitor's visa and things like that. So this is the visa that you will get yourself. Okay. So what will you send to the embassy? Number 1, you'll send a scanned copy of your admission letter. Okay, scanned copy from, of course it will be already sent to you by the school either as a PDF and things like that. So that is what you'll just send to the embassy. The number 2, you need a proof of funds, or to prove that you have your 1-year visa. So this is the amount of money that will be in your account. So roughly just have between 1,000 to 2,000 euros on your account. This is the amount of money you'll need for your first year here. So next, you have to send your travel insurance. This travel insurance, they'll say that they need a travel insurance up to 30,000 euros, but it doesn't mean that you have to buy the travel insurance for that amount. It just means that this insurance that you are getting will cover up to this amount. What do I mean? For example, you may get the travel insurance, normally will be around 100 euros in your country, but it will cover you up to 30,000 in case of anything when you're traveling. That is what it means. Then make sure this travel insurance that you're getting covers up to 30,000 euros. Then number 4, bank statement from either yourself or your sponsor to just show that you have money in your account. Of now, it's not 2,000 again, it's 6,000 euros. Just to show. If you can have a bank statement that shows you have this money, or your sponsor, be it your parent, be it someone close to you, can show that they have this money on their account, 6,000 euros, then you're good to go. uh, then the next thing is of course your passport that's scanned. You have to send it to the embassy. If you're married, please send your marriage certificate, attested and certified, of course, to the embassy. Then you need to have your birth certificate also sent to this particular place. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So then the other thing is the application fee. The application fee, have it on you. Okay. Then the visa application form. This will be type C visa. That is very important. Type C visa application form that is fully filled. So this all of these things will be sent online to the embassy. Now the embassy will take a look at your documents, and if they are fine, now they'll ask you to send the original copies of these documents now, because you have uploaded them as scanned copy. Remember, you just now have to send them as the original, either through DHL, we have FedEx, all that. Just you have to send to the address that they'll give you, for them just to confirm that these documents are real. So it will take a while. It may take around 14 days for them to confirm these documents are real, and whatever you uploaded is what they have with you. Okay, so let's take an example that they have found out that everything is good. Sorry again, I'm confirming to my notes, so just bear with me. Yeah, so if everything is in order, now they'll tell you to travel or go to a VFS that is nearest to you, or come to the embassy for you to be able to now take your biometrics to be taken. You have to travel to that particular embassy for this. There's no shortcut about it. You have to travel there. That's the only disadvantage. I hear some places they can send you like a blank paper. Then you can go with this blank paper and go to the police department, and the police department takes your fingerprints and then sends it to the embassy. But in this case, for the Croatian embassy, you just have to go there. There is no alternative about it. No alternative at all. So that's the place that sucks. Yeah. It sucks. But if you want to come, that's what you'll need to do. So if everything is good and well, then definitely now they'll issue you your visa. Okay. They'll issue your visa, and now you can be able to come here. Okay. So once your visa is issued, of course, book your ticket and please come over. So I'll talk about briefly if on the expenses, and the income. If you can be able to, for example, if you can be able to get an income enough for you to support yourself through the studies without needing any extra money, if for those people who don't have enough money, if you can be able to cater for all your bills here. So just give me a minute. So what will be your income as a student when you come here, and how many hours are you allowed to work? So on average, your income will be between 5 to 8 euros when you're working here. Depends with the employer, but on average 5 to 8 euros will be your income. You're allowed to work a maximum of 20 hours a week. Your spouse can work full-time, so they can supplement your income. Now, if you do a quick math, let's take an example of 5 euros. If you work for 5 euros for 20 hours a week, that's 5 times 20. That will be 100 euros. Okay, so when you do that times 4, just to make a month, that will be 400 euros. So you can make around 400 euros a month if you're earning around 5 euros. So what are your expenses now? I'll talk as someone who is here and who is paying bills. So I'll just give you the current rate at this particular time. Your accommodation will range, because now things are a bit expensive, not like last year. Your accommodation will range between 150 euros to 200 euros without now like the power bills and the water bills and the trash cans. Those are called utilities. They will not have utilities included. Okay, will not have any utilities included in this. So let's take on the higher side, you get a 200 euro shared apartment, because this, when you're talking about this, around 200 euros you have to have a roommate with you. So this is a shared kind of an arrangement. It's not, you don't have your own flat, you don't have your own room. You don't. So this is a shared apartment. Okay. What will be your utilities? Those are the gas, either gas, electricity, such kind of things. On summer it will be around 50 euros, and on winter it will be around 100 euros. That's heating your house and things like that. So that will be around 100 euros. So that's now comes to 300 euros. Okay. Now food, transport, things like that, just any other expense will incur at around another 100 euros. So you see the amount that you earned, this 400 euros will cover your expenses. But now remember, you need fees now to be paid. So you might have to either work more hours when now you are on break, because when you're on break you can work for unlimited hours with no issue at all with the government. Also, if you have your spouse can supplement you for that particular time only. So those are some of the expenses that you'll incur once here. Okay. Some of the expenses that you'll incur once here. So I'll also talk about the challenges that you may incur and some of the things you need to look out before you come. One thing that you should know, once you reach here, you will have to process something called a temporary identification card. That will be your temporary ID once you're here. It's valid for the duration of your stay, but it will be issued yearly. Okay. So just know that this takes roughly 1 to 3 months depending on which city you are in. So just know that you will not be able to work without the temporary card. You can't be able to work without the temporary card and other sort of documents. There's something another document called an OIB number that you need. OIB number is like a tax number that is very important for you to work. So just give yourself between 1 to 3 months that you will not be working, and you'll just be spending your money. Okay. Yeah. The other challenge that you have to also take into consideration is before you come, please and I repeat, please make sure that your good conduct certificate, that's the police clearance certificate, has been attested. What do I mean? Because this is very important. This good conduct, if you just come with maybe the foreign affairs from your country has just maybe given a stamp on it to show that it's legitimate, it will not be accepted by the police department here without the Croatian embassy nearest to your country where you've come from giving it a stamp also. For the Croatian embassy in your respective country to give it a stamp, then the embassy, example, I'll give an example of, if example you are using the South African embassy. If you want to go of course you're going to the biometrics. If you reach to the South African, you reach South Africa, you have to go to, example, I'm from Kenya, so you'll have to go to the Kenyan embassy in South Africa for them to do something to them again, stamp it, and then once they have stamped it, then you have to take this document now to the Croatian embassy in South Africa for them to do a stamp. All this will cost money. Nothing is free here. Nothing is free. Just know that. So this is very important, because if you have not done this, you will not be able to work. You will not be able to get a temporary card. So this, if you can do it before you come, is the best, because within a month, if you have everything, because it's something that I've done, you'll have your documents and you'll be able to work. Okay. Even if they have not given you your ID, if you have everything, they'll give you a waiting, more or less a waiting card for you to start working. So please take note. You can even start working 1 week after you've reached here, just if you have every single document. And I wish you all the best for those intending to come to study here. I will put the links in the description. Make sure to check them out. And if I find if you have any question, and maybe if I find more information, I'll definitely put it still on the description below. So you do have a lovely day, and see you on the next video, where I'll discuss more now on life in general in Croatia, and okay, we'll see what I'll discuss next. You have a lovely time and take care.